Buenos días. Buenos días. Good morning, everyone. I'm Isabel Duran, the Vice Rector for International Affairs of the Complutense University of Madrid, for those of you who do not know me. And it is a pleasure for me and an honor to be here in this inauguration ceremony of this mental illness stigma researching for change, the VIII Advanced International Seminar. Dear Dean, dear Julián Rodríguez, dear Manuel Muñoz, dear speakers, dear participants, dear students, I would like to thank the Dean for having invited me to this ceremony. And I wish to thank the organizers, the Máster en Psicología General Sanitaria, the department, the Evaluación y Psicología Clínica, and all the Spanish Journal of Psychology, who are sponsors, as far as I've seen, and all the enthusiastic team of scholars who are behind the thinking and the organization of this event. I'm speaking to you as a Vice Rector for International Affairs from the enormous pride and honor that it is for the Complutense University to organize an international seminar of this stature. So I would like to welcome all the speakers and participants, particularly those who come from some of the most prestigious universities in the world, and this has to be said. You are very lucky, you students who have the chance to listen to eminent scholars from such universities as Illinois Institute of Technology, City University of New York, CUNY, King's College London, New York University, and of course from the Complutense University and other Spanish institutions. So welcome you all to the Complutense University. Allow me, because I've been invited as a Vice Rector for International Affairs, allow me to give you some facts about the Complutense as an internationalized university. As you all know, the internationalization of higher education is no longer optional. It has become an essential dimension of the development of universities in a global world, in a very competitive world. And issues like students and staff mobility, multilingualism, multiculturalism also, internationalization at home, international agreements, double degrees or joint degrees, etc., are all of them key actions that the most salient universities in the world have as the most essential strategies. In this sense, let me remind you, particularly for those of you who do not know the UCM so well, the Complutense University is #2 university in Europe in receiving and sending Erasmus students, and this faculty is particularly rich in its Erasmus exchange program. We have agreements with almost 1,000 universities from all over the world. We belong to very important networks, international networks, such as Europaeum, Unica, Utrecht network, and very recently, in 2018, promoted by the Complutense and Paris en la Sorbonne, Sorbonne University, we have created an alliance composed of 7 prestigious universities, apart from Complutense and Sorbonne. I'm talking about Freie Berlin University, Jagiellonian from Krakow, Bologna, Leuven, and that's it, 7. So we have the aim of becoming one of the first European universities promoted by the European Union. We were constituted as a legal entity only last month in February, so we hope that by next year the Complutense will initiate all the activities in order to become a truly European university. And of course you will know about all of these activities and you will be involved. Also, because there are so many professors from American universities, let me remind you that we are recipients of study abroad programs from many of the very good American universities. We have study abroad programs, and we receive students from Boston College, California, California State, Georgetown, Indiana, Purdue, Wisconsin, Tulane, and Stetson. That means that American students come to study with us, with our students for 6 months, for a semester. They do their own courses, but also they mix with the rest of the students doing particular courses. And in this panorama of internationalization, the Faculty of Psychology is one of the most internationalized of faculties. We could say it's la crème de la crème of internationalization. You're actually one of the few faculties that offers a degree totally in English, or almost totally in English. That's very rare still. We are promoting teaching in English as fast as we can, but I must say that the Faculty of Psychology is one of the few to offer a whole degree in English. And again, as I said, the Erasmus program, and Gloria, I don't know if Gloria is here, but Gloria is very enthusiastic with promoting students' mobility. So I feel very happy to be here. And also from a personal perspective, I was telling the Dean that the theme of this seminar, mental illness stigma, well, I have seen the program. There's going to be research about, from the perspective of the patients, of the professionals, of society, of course, because the stigma is something social, very much has to do with society. And I was telling the Dean that it's a very interesting theme for me because, as you know, literature is very rich in the study of mental illness. I'm talking about fiction literature, not academic literature, and also autobiographical literature. I'm a professor of American literature, and one of my fields of research is precisely trauma and literature. I have written several essays about madness and literature. So who knows, maybe in future seminars, future editions of this seminar, there could be, you know, an interdisciplinary ingredient with some inclusion of madness in literature, the stigma of mental illness in literature, which is, as you know, psychoanalytic criticism is one of the most important approaches to literature. So that could be a good idea for future editions. And I'm just saying this. Okay, so thank you, all of you, for those of you who come from abroad, for having traveled to our country, for coming to our university. Thank you to the organizers, and I wish you a very fruitful day of discussions, analysis, listening to very eminent scholars talk to you, and thank you for putting together a very, very impressive program. Thank you and welcome. And now, the Dean of the School of Psychology, Professor Nieves Rojo, has a word.
Muchas gracias. Gracias, vicerrectora, para la Facultad de Psicología. Es un honor tu presencia en este acto de inauguración de la que es ya la 8ª edición de los seminarios internacionales. Gracias a don Julián Rodríguez, de la Oficina Regional de Coordinación de Salud Mental de la Comunidad de Madrid, y bueno, gracias a todos vosotros, a todos ustedes por su presencia. Good morning and welcome to the 8th edition of our international seminars. Right from the beginning, these seminars have assembled the best specialists in several issues, and this one is not an exception. Professor Corrigan, we are missing Professor Llanos and Professor Henderson, but I think they will be here in a moment. Welcome. Yeah. Welcome to the Faculty of Psychology of the Universidad Complutense de Madrid. We want to let you know how much we appreciate your generosity of spending your time and sharing your expertise with us. Thank you very much. Thank you, Professor Muñoz, the head of Department of Personality, Assessment and Clinical Psychology, for having made the hosting of this seminar possible. According with the Cambridge Dictionary, stigma is, and I quote literally, a strong feeling of disapproval that most people in a society have about something, especially when this is unfair. Yes, unfair, but also extremely harmful for the stigmatized individual. So we will dedicate the day to learn more about a phenomenon with important repercussion. So I hope we are going to learn a lot and to enjoy as well. Thank you very much for your presence. Thank you, all of you.
And next, I give the floor to Julián Rodríguez from the Oficina Regional de Coordinación de Salud Mental de la Comunidad de Madrid.
Thank you. First of all, I would like to apologize because I was not supposed to be here today. Have to come Dr. Mercedes Navillo, but she has a family problem and she can be here. I didn't prepare an English speech, and my English is not so good to to improve to speak all in English, so I continue in Spanish. I'm sorry. Buenos días. Pido disculpas en nombre de la doctora Mercedes Navillo, que no ha podido venir, que es la que figura en los problemas, ha tenido un problema familiar. Para mí es un orgullo y un placer estar aquí. Yo soy estudiante de la Universidad Complutense y he dado clases no en este edificio, sino en el edificio de al lado. Entonces para mí es un lugar muy familiar. Agradecer a la universidad por la organización y la invitación a estas jornadas y felicitarles por los profesionales de alto nivel internacional que vamos a tener hoy con nosotros y que van a ser un gran aporte. ¿No está? ¿Ahora? Sí, mejor. Desde la Oficina Regional de Coordinación de Salud Mental, desde hace años tenemos una mesa institucional para la lucha contra el estigma. Alojamos a diversos actores de la lucha contra el estigma, desde la Consejería de Sanidad, la Consejería de Políticas Sociales de la Comunidad de Madrid, asociaciones, tercer sector. Y recientemente hemos sacado un plan de salud mental, en el periodo 2018-2020, que una de sus líneas estratégicas, la línea número 9, tiene que ver con la participación de usuarios y familiares en la red de salud mental de la Comunidad de Madrid, la humanización de los recursos y de la asistencia que se da en ellos y la lucha contra el estigma en salud mental. En ese sentido, se están promoviendo y se van a promover actuaciones encaminadas, por un lado, a usuarios, familiares y también campañas de promoción para luchar contra el estigma y por otro lado también actuaciones encaminadas a la formación de profesionales sanitarios que tratan con pacientes con problemas de salud mental para disminuir el propio estigma que los propios profesionales pues a veces tenemos en el trato hacia los pacientes con salud mental. No voy a extenderme mucho más, simplemente pues felicitar una vez más por estas jornadas y espero que sean muy satisfactorias y muy enriquecedoras para todos nosotros. Muchas gracias.
Professor Manuel Muñoz, the coordinator of the seminar, will give you a few remarks.
Hola, buenos días, bienvenidos y bienvenidas a todos, a todas. Good morning. First of all, I would be grateful with everybody, with authorities, with the speakers. Some of them have really problems to come here, and they have made really an effort to be here with us today. And to the participants, that is also very important to have such audience, such professional and students and very interesting people that could be here in some moment, as the Vice Rector said before. I think it's better to speak now about the stigma and about we'll have all day. And I'm going to tell something about some very technical aspect of the program only, and we began because they have to go. Then we have begun in 10-15 minutes, no more, and after we hope to fulfill the program all the day. You have the program there, and you have a break lunch, coffee break, a lunch, and a afternoon session. And we have also a workshop only for the people registered in the workshop. And we have only one important problem, because Deborah Paget has been impossible to be here today because she is ill. She is at bed in her home, and but we have a Skype recording for an abstract of the presentation, not the complete presentation, but an abstract of the presentation, and I think that could be also interesting. It's a pity, but it's really impossible to be here for her. And I think that nothing more. I think that it's better to finish, and we have after 10 minutes. We have after 10 minutes all day to speak about mental illness stigma. Thank you very much for coming.
So thank you all again. Before I leave you, I wish to say a very warm welcome to Professors Philip Llanos and Claire Henderson, two who were not here when I gave my initial remarks, so very welcome. And well, I declare the seminar opened. Thank you very much and have a good day.